Alright, logic fans, welcome back to our fourth and final video on identity expansions. So this is 5.8 D, and we're just going to do one last example I want to go over with you so you can really see the payoff of the expansions and how they can help you demonstrate invalidity. And of course you can demonstrate consistency and not logical equivalence and not a tautology and all these things just by doing the expansion first and then doing the relevant thing. So if you're supposed to demonstrate that a sentence with an identity in it is not a tautology, you could expand it with, say, 2 or 3 objects and then provide an interpretation where that one sentence is false, thereby demonstrating that it's not a tautology, right? So, but let's do the fun and perhaps most interesting case of demonstrating invalidity. You might want to expand this on, let's do 2 objects again, just for the sake of illustration, and demonstrate that this argument is in fact invalid. Pause now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go through these together, but let's make sure that we're all on the same page here. So, this says everything is such that, if it's F, then it is D. So another way of interpreting the sentence is like saying the only thing that's F is D, is the object D. So we're going to have 2 objects. One of them is definitely going to be D. All right, so that's a little bit different. So A is this way, and D is this way. So you're going to have, let's do it like this. You're going to have an and, right, because your main connective is this, and you've got the 2 objects, so it's going to be 2 of them. Then you're going to have FA satisfies this description, right? So the object A satisfies this whole description. Let me get it in here for you. So you're going to have A like this, okay? And then, of course, you're going to have D like that as well, if that's our other object. So D for Dracula, okay? So that's what the first premise is going to look like. Let's change this, of course, to D. D satisfies the description as well. And okay, so that's what we've got for the first premise. Now, for the second premise, what do we have? We've got at least one thing lacks the property F. So, in other words, either A lacks the property F or D lacks the property F. Okay, and then for our conclusion here, right, how are we going to expand this with 2 objects? Well, by now you know it's just our old friend A is identical with A, and A is identical with B, and B is identical with A, and B is identical with B. And once you take out the trivials, right, that's going to reduce to the idea that A is identical with B, which is going to be the crucial feature of our interpretation. So, given this, can you pause from here and provide an interpretation according to which the argument is invalid, that is, where the conclusion is false and both the premises are true? Pause now. Okay, so we got our 2 object interpretation with F, and then the big one, sorry, this is supposed to be D, of course, my mistake. And this is A is identical with D. And so in order to make the conclusion false, we of course can't have A being identical with D. And then in order to make the second premise true, we got to have at least one of these lacking F. So let's do that one. And then we've got the important first premise. So far we've got a false conclusion as desired, and we've got a true second premise as desired. In order to make this premise true, we need to make both conjuncts true. Okay, so the easiest way to make this conjunct true is to make A lack the property F. So we'll do that now. There's no failed correspondence issues. Okay, these things are not identical, so they can have be different with respect to F, or they can be the same. All right, and then we've got to make sure that this conjunct is true as well. And in order to do that, well, we've already got D lacking the property F, so we're actually good to go. This premise is now true as well. All premises true. False conclusion means this is an invalid argument. So hopefully you can really see the benefit of being able to do these expansions. Okay, now in the next section, 5.9, it's really cool because what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the limitations of quantificational semantics and discuss some more general ideas before moving on to quantificational syntax in Chapter 6. So we'll catch you on 5.9. And really make sure you're doing those practice problems in the text, okay? That's what's really going to make sure that you got this stuff down.